Welcome back, everybody, to the Voices for Blogging podcast, where we have faces for radio and voices for blogging. You can find us on the Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and the Podbean app. As always, in Las Vegas, Nevada, we have the technician, Royce Hamano. Phoenix, Arizona, we have Brandon the Bumblebee Wilson. And you got me, Steve Lee, in Honolulu. Holy cow, guys, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
How's everybody been doing? A lot of stuff been happening. Bumble became a professional singer.
Been practicing. They said I have the voice of an angel.
Yeah, you know.
I feel the hate. I feel the hate right now. I feel it.
Is that what our silence is saying to you?
Yeah. I'll keep it to myself, guys. I will keep it to myself.
Yeah. Just don't tell Royce to sing. We'll never get the mic back.
We don't have a podcast. We don't have that kind of time.
So a lot's happened since apparently we haven't recorded a cast since apparently November of 24, December 24,
December
like
2024. Yeah,
and that was supposed to be a launching pad for us and springboard us into 25 and have a lot of episodes. And here we are in February of 26.
we missed the pool and hit the deck.
Well, heck, a lot's happened, you know, and a lot of things that we noticed that when we look back at we get notifications all the time about our episodes and when they get downloaded, and we noticed one thing, Royce, that every time the crypto market goes down, our numbers go up. I'm not sure what that means. I think I'll spin positive and say people are trying to think we may have some answers, which we don't. But, what do you
I
think?
think they're looking for hope or commiseration. One of those.
So, I mean, as it is, I mean, we're back in a very similar situation. Like, where was Ethereum when we recorded in 24, December 24?
Good question.
Pretty close to where we are now, right?
I think you might be right.
Because the last time we had an episode, we talked about what Trump's effect on the crypto market was going to be when his legislation came through. And I think all in all, we did pretty well with talking about what the response would be. The unfortunate thing is we are in sort of a crypto winter again, with some signs of life in the last couple of days. But before this, we did hit all-time highs in Bitcoin, and stablecoin legislation came through, which will help Ethereum in the long run, and still has. And it's kind of interesting what the backdrop's going to be now moving forward with everything going on in the economy, with tariffs getting knocked down by SCOTUS yesterday, and what that means for what those refunds will do to corporate America. I would imagine a lot of that's just going straight to them and not coming to anybody that bought their products that overpaid.
No, they're not getting refunds.
Nope.
They're not going to send you companies are not going to send you a check.
As always, we get left holding the bag as the consumer. And it's interesting what that'll do, though, now for the economy, potentially, with a new Fed chair coming in a couple of months. I actually feel like it's a pretty good backdrop for rates being lowered in a couple of months and maybe easy money still happening, even though we're at near all-time highs in these markets, which is a little scary.
It's an interesting time. I've been hearing things about how they may not raise or they may not lower rates this year, and even talk about if things don't change further, then maybe even looking at possibly raising rates even, right? I don't know.
But I wonder if not having tariffs, and we have the headline, he's trying to push through his 10% tariff. What does that do to prices of things and inflation if those go away, and the projections of inflation? Is he just bringing more uncertainty because he's just going to throw more spaghetti against the wall and try to find a way to charge people stuff, and then more uncertainty comes in? Yeah. Maybe it's a bad thing for the market potentially. Volatility, might.
Yeah, I definitely think that uncertainty is a bad thing for markets. With all these things happening with internationally with Iran, all the things that are happening there, and even in with Israel and Europe, and even some of our closest allies, it seems, all of that uncertainty is never going to be good for markets, or it's never going to be good for business. You can't plan anything out if tomorrow, something might change. And so, I think that's probably the biggest thing that's weighing on the market. And a lot of these big companies, especially in the crypto space now too, like they're all de-risking. I don't think anybody has the answer.
No, you look at a company like Riot Platforms, which, full disclosure, I have options and long positions in. Like, one of the things that what got me interested in the company was not only were they mining Bitcoin, but they're producing energy. And they're starting to de-risk by selling their Bitcoin, some of their Bitcoin, to get into AI infrastructure. And you saw the actual stock go up, I think 7%, I think, the other day, while Bitcoin went down. So there's a little decoupling and diversification with some of these businesses that is happening. And in that sense, it's kind of an interesting space now with all that's going on with AI and what some of the cryptos, like something like Bitcoin, if you were in early, like a company like Riot was, that it just becomes a way to self-fund for projects.
I mean, there's definitely a rotation happening into AI. I've seen a few companies now, like that you mentioned, where they've kind of made the shift from crypto to doing more AI-related infrastructure. Right. And that's the same thing that we did too, right? We were looking at moving from crypto mining into AI infrastructure. It just didn't work out. Like the cards that we had were too old, and
right.
Once the new NVIDIA cards came out, like the A100s and H100s and all that stuff, it didn't have enough power. But I think the same thing, the same economics, the same principles that apply to crypto infrastructure or blockchain infrastructure, it's going to apply to AI too. You're always going to need to get the latest hardware. If you don't have the latest hardware, you're probably going to be behind. Like people are going to want to run the latest optimized models on the latest optimized hardware.
Yep. And
it's this game where, like, if you don't, it's either a game of scale, or if you don't capture the market, or you don't update your infrastructure, you're going to fall behind, and then no one's going to want to use your infrastructure because somebody else is offering the better stuff at the same cost. So it's a similar game. We'll see how it plays out, but there's definitely a rotation into AI because that's where all the money is. That's where all the interest is right now.
I mean, the interesting thing too is, like, we were around for 1999, 2000, 2001. Like, how close are we getting with all this AI spend to all the extras that got spent on the internet in the beginning of this millennia? And you almost wonder where that tipping point is, because based on what you're saying, we should still be looking as far as like companies to invest in. We're still looking at NVIDIA. We're still looking at Broadcom. We're still looking at companies like Micron and all these companies to help with that AI infrastructure build. Because if you need new equipment, then you might as well buy the companies that's supplying the components for this equipment. ASML and these other types of companies. Like, when does that ship run out? When does that run out of steam? And it's interesting because I talk with a couple guys down here, and we laugh sometimes when we look at the comparisons of what NVIDIA's forward PE is, price to earnings ratio, versus Costco's forward PE, exactly the same. And we hear so much about, NVIDIA, their run's going to be over, and we don't worry about a Costco that has a 50 forward PE or somewhere in that neighborhood. Pretty wild.
That is actually pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Yep. When people are trying to talk down NVIDIA, and you're like, but it has the same forward PE as Costco, which is definitely overvalued on the Costco front. But at some point, something's got to give.
Yeah, I mean, I think NVIDIA has to continue to evolve. They can't just be a hardware company, and they're kind of shifting away from that too as well. Not away, but they are trying to go into different areas. Like, I know that they actually have a developer site now where you can try out the latest models that they have available.
Right.
Kind of like some of these other companies are doing, like Perplexity and stuff, where they're kind of offering an array of LLMs that you could use and try out. And that's kind of what NVIDIA is doing too. And I think that's where the real winners are going to be. It's going to be in the software and the applications, right? Because same thing with the internet, right? You could back like the Cisco's and all these hardware providers or whatever.
Right.
But they have these real costs to growing the business where, they have to invest in infrastructure. They have to invest in products. They probably sell on thinner margins. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're the winner in the software space, right, if you're like the next Amazon or whatever. Well, maybe Amazon's not a great example because it's also like products to it as well. But just say you're a Microsoft,
Right.
the cost of you selling more products is so minimal, especially today. It's not like you have to burn a CD. You
Right.
can just download the software online. And that's easily distributable everywhere.
Well, and you're
So-
also with Microsoft. You're using AI to help develop your product too at this point in time. And one of the things you see in the stock market right now is the market's shaking out all these software, all these software manufacturers because they're trying to figure out who's going to lose because of the automation that goes into AI and how much of their software might become obsolete. So to your point is right now the market's in a phase of pick the winner. Try to find a winner because they're picking a lot of losers right now where they're selling and they don't want to find out they're holding a loser. So you look at all these companies that are coming down, Microsoft included, under $400 a share after touching 500. Like, it's hard to think that a company like Microsoft's going to stay down for long, especially with their investment in OpenAI.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think apps are going to be something where it's almost like a commodity. Like AI is so good now. Like if we wanted to build an app, something that would have taken us months and weeks before, now takes you hours and days. Like it's that good. If we wanted to build a prototype of something that we have an idea for tomorrow, we could do it. If you wanted to build an app today to help you do something, you could probably do it in a day. Like it's crazy. I think the challenge is going to be though is that it will take away jobs from like people coming out of college, junior engineers, mid-level engineers.
Yes.
Because now if you have a senior developer, they can use AI to do the jobs that maybe 3 or 4 of those guys were doing before.
And faster.
Right? Yeah, faster and better.
Cheaper.
And cheaper, right? I think the challenge is going to be later on when those senior engineers are retired or left or whatever. Who's going to take its place? Like, I don't know if AI will ever be good enough, and maybe it will be, but I don't know if it would ever be good enough to replace fully an engineer autonomously by itself.
Right.
Maybe we do get there, but I don't know if I want to risk the company on that yet.
Yeah, so who do you think would be the winner? When you look at what type of software company do you think will survive this?
That's a really good question. I do think that all software companies, one, they're a little bit bloated already as it is.
Yep.
But 2, I think that they can cut a lot of costs because they can replace a handful of engineers with just a senior engineer and using AI.
Correct.
It's pretty amazing how far it's come so fast.
I did have this discussion here about it really is maybe a misnomer to sell off some of these titans of software. Because if they get leaner and meaner, and they're already on the path of converting to AI for a lot of their products, doesn't that make them more profitable?
I would think it would.
Right. So in which case, then, these are buying opportunities as long as you obviously still, like any time, pick the right ones. And it's hard to think Microsoft's a loser here.
I don't, at least right now, I don't see how they would be.
Right.
But maybe everyone now can create their own version of Word.
That would be wild, right? If you can
You
start
don't
making your own OSs. I mean, you literally could with open source, right? You really can do that.
Yeah, you could take something that's open source and just build on that for yourself. Or I guarantee you, if you just wanted a simple text editor, I bet you could whip it up in a weekend with AI.
Do you think AI can build you a Word document type of program? I bet it could. Your
100%.
own word processor, basically.
Yep, I bet it could.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I mean, it's true though. If you just do voice to text, really, you can just do it already.
Yeah, you could make it so that you could just dictate and it writes the document for you.
And right
now,
to PDF
sometimes when I have ideas that I want to write for like a blog or something,
right,
I'll just jot down like a couple of bullet points, maybe 5, 6, 7, just a general structure of kind of what I want, and I can just give that to AI, and AI will take that and it'll run with it, dude. Like it'll create the entire post for you. Review it, make changes you want, and you have it.
So as we're trying to have an adult conversation, Royce is doing hand motions like he's grabbing
6, 7.
Oh,
no, sorry.
Yeah, wow.
we're not doing that anymore.
I mean, I mean, you're at you're the right height of the people that keep doing still do that.
Hey man, I could go get my bones broken and get a couple inches in height, dude.
Oh man, Royce. You know, Royce, what's funny? If you look back at maybe our episodes from 2000, from maybe 23 and maybe early 24, we probably can find where you're talking about how AI is nowhere near where it needs to be. And so it's interesting to hear now in 2026, we have the benefit of all this time between episodes, to hear you talk about the efficiencies now that are different from 2 to 3 years ago, which is really fast.
Yeah, that is definitely different. I think maybe the last time we talked, like I just started using it for some stuff, and like it was definitely not as good. But also, it's also over that time you learn how to use it better.
Mm-hmm.
And so, part two things I think is learning how to use it, and then also it's getting better.
And the better you use it, the smarter it gets too.
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's definitely smarter. There's definitely ways you can make it smarter. So, for example, I was actually just looking at this study today, and one of the things that can give you a better response and make the AI respond to you in a smarter way is like if you have like a pretty complex question or a pretty complex directive that you want to give it. Like the first time that it goes through that, it reads your question or reads your prompt, and then it generates a response. If you actually resend the same prompt that you sent it before, you get a better level of accuracy the second time around than you did the first. Because when it's going through that text, it's it might lose the context of things at the end, and by sending it another time, it has a second chance basically to kind of grasp the entire concept of what you're sending in that prompt, and it does a better job of responding to it. So always send it twice.
Well, I mean, that's nerd talk for the first 15 minutes. I hope everybody's not sleeping.
Damn, dude.
Bumble. Let's bring you into the show. Like, what's going on in Arizona? What's going on? And more importantly, what's going on with your Falcons? And what's going on with your quarterback at Georgia?
I feel attacked right now. Okay, that's what I feel. Nothing much. Everything is the same. It's been a interesting last couple of months, so it's pretty funny in the school or the education realm. So when you talk about AI and things of that nature, I just sit back and laugh because the effect of AI is going to be awesome. It's going to be helpful. It's going to be a useful tool. But the downside of AI is it's going to make our future generations, some of them, not the smartest human beings, because they're going to lose concept. They're going to lose that common sense. They're going to lose the way that you can research or go out and find the answers yourself. They're just going to trust the computer to give them the answer and go based off of that answer instead of trying to figure out what the concepts is or reading between the lines. So yeah, you get to see it. I mean, I see AI in my classroom all the time.
Yep.
So
yeah, I do find that it makes you lazier and it makes you, I don't want to say dumber, but like you try to use your brain less, I guess, sometimes. Like even I find myself getting into these loops where I'm like, hey, you figure it out, without like taking the time to really understand what it's trying to do.
Right.
And that's where you get into trouble.
Well, it's hard because it's like when you, for instance, I'll give you guys an example of where I know that it's going to be a problem for some kids. Some kids use it for a good reason. But we did a project, well, not even a project, an assignment in my class where they were given 20 common possible interview questions. So 20 of the most common interview questions that if you're going out to get a job, these are the 20 most common. For instance, what is your weaknesses? What are your strengths? And tell me why there was multiple kids. And when I say multiple, I mean at least 10 kids in each one of my classes that put it through AI to get the answer when it's a question about you. So, I mean, it is wild to see it. And then to see how kids, I mean, they try and go in, and because when they go in and they use AI, we can see it gives us like a little notification on the websites that they're going to. And I literally will just sit there and watch their screen and you will see just kind of like what you were talking about. You put in the prompt, it spits it out, and then you can adjust it by giving them prompts to fix it or make it more personal, make it more complex answer and things of that nature. So I give the kids credit for figuring out how to use it, but at the same time, figuring out how to use your own brain is what's going to hurt them. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
but
definitely think the future is going to be where you're going to need to have people that have multidisciplinary skills that can direct these things and do it not, and you're going to have to check it too. Like you can't just let it go and think for you and do whatever for you. Like you don't know whether you can't trust what it's coming back with. You know, like so you're going to you need to
yeah.
have that knowledge. You need to be able to verify. And like without, if you don't have the background or the knowledge or the experience, whatever, then you're just going to end up with garbage.
So,
Correct.
is there a possibility though with overtime, just to take the other side of it, just for giggles? Is there going to be some period of time where, after let's say, I don't know, 15 years of all this, that the results AI kicks out is so good that we can trust it?
I mean, I think the question is more, are the answers that it gives out good enough?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
and I
in
think
10 to 15 years more of learning and taking in more data and getting more users involved, does it get really precise? Where within a much smaller margin of error, it's more accurate. It gives a better result than it gives now.
yeah. I mean, I honestly I think it's good enough already. Like if you're smart about it, like if you ask it to like
Yeah, what if you're not smart about it though? So I'll take the Joe Schmo that just says, "I don't know this. I was going to type it in," and then it gives an outcome, and you can be like, "Yeah, I can just take the first
oh
answer."
yeah, I think that's the problem, but then if you don't question things already, you know, if you don't try to take that approach,
Which
then
which
you're
is a lot of
probably
people anyway, right? There are a lot of people that just don't question crap. They just see shit and just take it for what it is, and they run with
yeah.
it. You know, because sometimes the outcome they get agrees with what they agree in, what they think, so they just run with it as opposed to being like, well, let me go find the other side of this. Let's go see. That you know, there's just not enough. You know, there's a lot of people that just don't do that enough. In
Yeah.
general, right? So like, I work with a lot of kids that are in college, whether they're interns or they're fresh out of college and come to get some training from us, you know, to become a different, add something to their practice and their skill set. So we kind of just, I get to kind of see this transformation of this student in the higher education levels that maybe you could tell the ones that really tried to just do as little as possible. You can tell. You can tell, like in the last
Hmm.
couple of years, they don't question enough. They're okay. They're okay with I don't know. So I don't know is an acceptable answer in the wrong way, because it doesn't get
Hmm.
them to look. They're just I don't know, and essentially please tell me. Whereas there's the one that
Yeah.
have the I don't know, I'm gonna look it up, right? And I get the sense of I don't know, just tell me, more than I see I don't know. Let me get back to you in 5 minutes. Let me go research this. I have to prompt the A, look it up, and then you know what? Show me the screen so I know that you didn't look at just the Gemini outcome here. You at least hit the paperclip and see what the heck you were reading from. And you know, to you guys' point of you got to look a little deeper and like confirm the source here. And there's definitely not a lot of that out there, because we just live in a society where you go to podcasts, and if you're influential enough, you can say whatever you want. People will not follow up and read. They're just gonna take it.
Yeah. I feel like we're literally in the that movie Idiocracy sometimes, where everybody has the brain rot, and that's kind of what the language is of the new generation with the skibbity and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
So if you go and watch that movie, it's the same. Crocs are cool in that movie because everybody's wearing the Crocs. So it's literally like the movie of Idiocracy.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
think about that all.
it's
I think about that all the time, actually.
yeah, yeah, it is crazy.
Let me know
So
when we need to start pouring Gatorade on our crops.
Stupid.
I'm serious. It's like when you go back and you watch that movie, it makes so much sense in today's world. It's wild.
It's
So
scary. It's actually scary, is what it
yeah,
is. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
But I mean, what did who knows? We weren't alive, right? What were they saying in the 50s, 60s, and 70s as technology was starting to catch wind? What were their fears? I have no idea, but what were their fears of the time, and did those come to fruition? Um, I have no idea. What did
Yeah.
what did we hear in 2000? Royce, what were some of the pervasive like thoughts in 2000 of the bad part of the internet? Like, what would be some bad outcomes of the internet besides pornography, of course? But I guess that's in the eye of the beholder, also. So
What about like Y2K, dude? That was gonna destroy civilization.
right, like the
Yeah.
computers wouldn't be able to figure out that it needed to roll to 00. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was the big hype, right? Like
Right,
what else? Like
not
I
really,
don't know. There
right?
was like a lot, like everything else. I think when in the beginning, when you have it's like something that it's a technology that's growing or just starting out, you have a lot of people that are more hopeful, and you have a lot of builders and everything, and people are focused on doing positive things. And then once it goes mainstream, once you start getting adoption, you have everyone else. I think that's when it starts. You start seeing like all the other side of
Yeah.
the technology.
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, the internet in it by itself, as it was in the late 90s, early 2000, it seems to have worked out okay.
Yeah. But at the same time, you have to actually look at the landscape of things too, on how things were developed back then. Like back then, you had parents that were involved. You had parents that helped guide their kids. You had parents that helped with their homework. You had parents that held their kid accountable. And now you have the parents that are just, here's a screen, sit down, do whatever. Or, oh, my kid did this. No, my kid would never do this. It's your fault. You know what I mean? So it's that, it's those issues and those disciplines that we had back in the day that put us to the point where we actually went out and looked for stuff and did stuff on our own. But now it's kind of like the funniest thing is my boy, Noah.
Yeah.
He said back in the day, he was like, "This is like a PlayStation era," and I was like, "What do you mean by that?" He goes, "Because all these kids, when they get upset when they're playing their video games, they turn the game off and they reset it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they start off fresh, and that's what parents are doing to the kids." Every time a kid does something wrong, they don't want the kid to feel that adversity. They don't want the kid to go through the rough patch to figure out the things on their own. So therefore, what do? The parents go and cover up the mess, and then the kid doesn't learn anything. And as you can see now with the kids, it's a little bit different because now all the kids have to do is go on their phone and they can Google the answers, or they can have the computer do the things for them where they don't have to do it for themselves. So they don't really face that much adversity. About the only difference now that I would say is the biggest thing that the kids deal with a lot is the constant online bullying and things of that nature,
Yeah.
that affects them more than what it affected us back then. Because whenever you had an issue at school, you go home, you have that break away from it, and then you got to go back and kind of figure it out. But now it's like it's constant 24 hours. So I can see the difference between that. But I think the bottom line is parenting is what's leading to like this next generation to where it's like I don't know how technology is going to be too helpful in the future, because let's say, for instance, technology breaks down, which I don't think it's going to, but if it breaks down, what are they going to be able to do to go back and problem solve and do the things on their own without relying on the technology? That's the issue.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's our job, being that age group, right? So when we're 90, we'll just have to save the world. That's all.
Yeah, that technology thing is really interesting though, because you're right. When we used to go to school, if you're getting bullied, it
Deal
was
with
just
it.
at school, and it was just at the school that you went to. Now you can get bullied from like across the world. You can get bullied from other schools, other states, other countries.
Well, we laugh at the comments, right, on these reels that we pass back and forth to each other. We laugh. Our comment is always check out the comments or check out,
Oh yeah.
and then we
Yeah,
laugh at those things. But there's someone that's triggered by reading some of those
Yep.
comments too.
yeah,
And so when you look at their ability to have the fortitude and just have the grit and have the resilience emotionally. I mean, I think that's the biggest change. That it's a broken
Coping
record.
skills.
Yeah, because they just don't have that resilience, and so it's one of those things where where does this go? I mean, it doesn't seem like very positive. I don't see anything positive out of having poor coping skills and in a lot of gaslighting as a result. And I think we already saw some of it. Like I think we saw some of it in COVID because COVID was the trigger. And you look at how the way we solve things are just yelling at each other, and it's still kind of that. Did we replace Jasper with another dog?
I mean, not here.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't have a
noise?
dog.
It's a dog, right?
Oh, that's mine, I think.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot that
They're
Jasper
bark.
used to do that, actually.
we got a new pet for the show.
He's famous. I gotta bring that dude back, man.
That's
my
Peanut.
boy.
That's Peanut.
Ooh, ooh. Mm.
But, I will say this though. When I used to play, Nintendo back in the day, if there was something I couldn't get past or I'd lose to somebody, whatever, I would just throw the controller, man. I'll spike that thing so hard. No wonder it stopped working.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right. We would have our little moment, and then we'd try again.
Yeah,
but we would lose. We would lose. Like the game be over.
Now that I'm thinking about that, I wonder what my parents were thinking.
Oh, when you're screaming at the TV,
Yeah.
you're swearing at the TV,
They probably thought I was crazy.
or the fights in the house if you had friends over.
Yeah.
Remember when GoldenEye came out and everyone's playing GoldenEye because you're like the single person shooter thing and you're going around and the same guy kills you like every time.
That was amazing.
That's funny.
Oh, that
That's
game!
fucking hilarious.
I can't believe we used to play that on like a 19-inch screen. With
Oh.
4 people.
Oh, I tell the kids all the time now. I say, you guys have no idea. And I would draw a square on the whiteboard. I said, that's how big our TV was. And if you had a 20-inch TV, it was huge.
Yeah.
Like
And the thing weighed 50 pounds.
Yep.
how could you divide that up into 4 squares and have 4 people playing
Right.
at the same
That
time?
little screen.
Yeah.
Even when they came out with the Xbox, we were still playing on the big two
Yep.
TVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So
That was actually
it's crazy.
Kids got it good, man.
that was actually
Oh, yeah.
that was actually a great game. Because
That was the reason to buy the.
I mean, you
Yeah,
play that
64.
over and over again.
Even the actual game was really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Ah, wow, we're old. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
it feels that way. I get reminded every day. Well, the kids in my class, they still don't know how old I am.
Same.
So that's the running joke. But when we do trivia in my class, for some odd reason, because I do like a random trivia generator.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, when was the internet invented or the World Wide Web invented?
Uh-huh.
And I just sit back and laugh, and the kids just go, "Oh, it was so long ago. It was in the 1900s, and blah 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 blah." And I'm just sitting there, just like, "You little chumps."
Yeah.
And then I asked them, "When were you guys born?" 2011.
I mean,
Wow.
but truthfully, the internet really has been around for a very, very long
A
time.
long time.
The
now.
military had it for the longest time.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it like the
World Wide Web, 1982.
Ooh.
Was that?
Yeah.
I actually think it might be even before that. Because the military...
No, it was
military had
the
it for a long
the
time.
military had it, but when it became the World Wide Web, it was like 1982.
I
Yeah.
still...
I forgot what the name of the net is. It started with an A, something net,
I still...
and it was for the
LARPA.
military.
Yeah.
LARPA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still remember those AOL commercials during Monday Night Football, though.
Man, is it AOL still?
I still remember all the time that AOL when it loaded.
I mean, you had the guy sitting down at his desktop talking about the internet, trying to educate everybody on how you get online.
Oh man, it's wild. But I truly think technology is a wonderful thing when it's used correctly
Well, sure.
and when it's not something that you depend on. But
But we do.
I don't know.
But we do depend on it, right? Because you look at how important the smartphone has become, and the smartphone is the center. I mean, Steve Jobs said it, right? This thing's going to be the center of your universe. Like he said it when he introduced the iPhone.
True, so true.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, there's always goods and bads with progress. And, it is what it is. But Royce, what kind of things you got working on with the app company at Upgrade.
Quite a lot of stuff. I mean, like a lot of. So we've been building an app for this company, getting it on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and Apple's actually been interesting to work with, getting an app on there. Doing that, it's e-commerce stuff. The same thing that we've been doing with this consulting company, managing their technology. So a bunch of different, and we've been talking to a lot of people too. So one of the things that we've been doing is just doing a lot of experimentation with AI, like we were talking about earlier. So, setting up, agents and having them run, building code, doing marketing, all that kind of stuff. And it is interesting because they run 24/7. They can do research. They can write posts for you. They can brainstorm ideas, look for, generate sales leads, things like that. Like it's really interesting. I mean, it remains to be seen how effective it is. But as far as like manpower wise, like you would need to hire a person to be able to do some of these things, right? And
I mean,
now you can just do it with an AI assistant agent.
So, not that you really want to say this and put it out there, but does that mean some of your engineers, you won't need them?
No, I don't think it's more like augmentation, I think, for them. So, like I was saying before, like if you have like a senior engineer, like now that senior engineer is like a team of 5, 6 devs.
Yeah.
They can get as much done. Like you really can get as much done as you can have open windows and be able to keep track of what's happening in each of them. So having a team of 5 people with just one actual real person and like 4 agents, I think that's the future.
Yeah. So they're like the power of 5 guys. It's like the power of 30.
Oh, they're a power multiplier for sure. Yeah.
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 So where's it?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Where are people gonna get their jobs then? We're gonna have
That is a good question.
we're gonna have a lot of unemployed people out there.
The thing I think they'll be redirected into other things, right? I mean, definitely for sure. Even like the Industrial Revolution, right? That's
Yep.
what happened too. People lost their jobs, like, and I think the same thing's going to happen. It's just where do you find the next thing? And I don't know. I don't have the answer. We're not even talking about, like, all we're talking about right now is just digital AI, right? We're not even talking about all the physical stuff, like the physical automation, the physical AI, like.
Yep.
All these robots that Elon's building and things like
Yep.
that. Like, we're not even talking about any of that.
Yep.
That's going to be a whole thing too.
Yep.
There's already little what you call ads going out to buy robots to do your household chores and
Oh.
Yeah.
things of that nature. It's crazy.
There's robots for other household activities too, Bumbo.
That too.
I guarantee you that'll be
too.
the first place that they'll show up.
Because
Yeah.
Royce and I had followed this one crypto company that shifted from, the metaverse to building humanoid robots. Like tokens.com became a company that makes robots. And
That's crazy.
robots for very seemingly specific purposes. We'll leave it at
Specific
that.
Wow.
household purposes.
Yes. They look a certain way, and yes,
They do certain things.
apparently.
Have you guys ever
that's crazy.
Have you guys ever seen Westworld?
Yeah, it's like that.
Westworld, yep.
That's what it seemed.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's how the revolt starts, man.
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, "Holy cow, Westworld! That's crazy."
That's wild. Nah, but the jobs of the day that they're pushing now, where like the messaging is going, is trades. They're not pushing like software or computer or technology jobs as much as they used to, especially on our end as far as education, because that's where the big gap is right now with everybody that's plumbers and electricians and welders and things of that nature. They're about to see a big dip of people retiring and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're doing like a big push to try and get all of those kids, because our age of kids were like, I don't want to do all that hard work. I want to go work on computers. And now so much, that's where like the big push is now.
The funny thing with with software or just engineers in general, right? They were kind of considered like the really smart people in the room, and then their job is the first one that's getting replaced by AI, because the AI can do the coding and it doesn't need that person to do that coding anymore. It's wild.
Which is crazy. So
It is
Yeah.
crazy. Like it is. It really is mind blowing how quickly
It can do
it can
stuff.
do stuff.
Yeah, it can do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, how fast this has changed, Royce, right? Because you're on record saying, less than 2 years ago, like how it's not anything what people are saying it is. And
It
then
might have been in the last podcast. It might have been in 2020 at the end of 2024.
yeah, yeah, it's happening. It
You
is
know?
happening fast. So what does happen in education? Like the teacher in the classroom, is that going to get replaced in some ways to a certain degree because we're devalued so much the emotional education and emotional component to things, and sadly you see it in like we're going to have AI schools, AI run schools where kids are just staying at home and just learning from AI as opposed to going to school, and they're just going to get homeschooled through AI. Like we always joked with homeschooling not always creating the most whole individual. Like, is this worse when a robot's teaching a student?
Yeah. Well, I think they already pretty much have those types of things where uh, I know here in Arizona they have a academy where I think they have, I want to say like 150, almost 200 kids, and there's only two employees, and most of their stuff is all online and it's heavily AI based. So it's pretty much a at your own pace type of curriculum and things of that nature. So yeah, but at the same time, I don't foresee it actually. I think people are going to leave the profession of teaching more so than teaching being replaced. I think because people are fed up with the lack of support when you are a teacher, the lack of resources because a lot of teachers end up putting in their own money to do things. And then, of course, the lack of respect from the kids, the parents, the admin, from top to bottom. So it's. I think like here in Arizona, I think this past year, I think there was 1,400 teachers left the profession.
Mm-hmm.
So we're super short on teachers right now. So I don't think it's necessarily going to be AI or anything like that. I just think it's going to be a profession where nobody wants to do it because they see what the teachers go through and how kids are acting and behaving, especially in today's world.
Yeah, I have a friend that got approached by some pretty high net worth people to create an online school, AI based online school just for their kids. And part of they want to develop it, of course, eventually to scale it out to kind of make it a model to kind of spread that more throughout
Hmm.
in a big sense, sell it obviously. But one of the feedbacks and one of the comments they made to him about why they're asking if he'd be interested to kind of oversee the build out of something like this was they don't trust the government and schools in general to teach the content that needs to be taught, and they don't like the
Hmm.
content that has to be taught according to the government. They don't think it's enough, or the kids not getting enough. So
Hmm.
it's one of those things with AI. Can you create these curriculums, good or bad? Like I'm not on either side of it. It's a fascinating thought that these schools can really become this automated,
Hmm.
and not need that many people involved anymore.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Coming up with lesson plans and things of that nature, curriculum,
Yep.
you can literally go on and be like, hey, these are my standards. This is what I'm looking for. This is the type of
Yep.
activity that I want.
Yep.
Or you can just tell it, create a lesson plan or a unit, and it will spit out in less than 5 minutes,
Yep.
in less than 5 seconds, the things that you would essentially go over. So
Yep.
has AI made it a lot easier for teachers? 100%. But at the same time, I think like when you think of like a online AI type of school, it's more so you got to trust the kid to understand the curriculum that's being taught to them. And if you don't have a person there to break it down to you, you got to look at the screen, and the screen has got to try and break it down for you, and you got to read it. That's the hard part. And the other hard part is with AI and with everything, the kids nowadays they can't read. so
And we've already
so it's a toughie.
and we've already started that transition when online education became a thing in general. Like, let's be honest,
Hmm.
you didn't really talk to your professors when you were on online ed. They were just sending out these assignments, and you were just trying to figure it out, right? And
Hmm.
so you just didn't have as good of an AI machine to help you with it as you would have
Yeah.
now. So the
Yeah.
transition started with all this University of Phoenix and everybody else that kind of did this thing where education really became this solo venture in so many ways.
Hmm. But like I said, the that is good for a certain type of student. Like I know some kids in my class, I know for a fact if they were on a online school, they would be able to fire through all the curriculum and finish high school early if they wanted to. The only reason why they're coming to high school is because their parents are forcing them. Because they're smart enough to figure those things out. They're
Yeah.
smart enough to go in and read and do the research on their own. They're motivated enough to do all of those things. So we have those types of kids. But then you also have those other types of kids that can't read a sentence. And they would struggle. So it would be very, very hard for a kid like that to go to
Yeah.
a online school or a school that's based off of AI, if you will.
I would contend though, even if a student had good results, it doesn't mean it was good for them. Just because the results were
True.
good, it wasn't necessarily good for them because of the whole person development challenges. We always watch these Armageddon movies, right, about the have and the have-nots. And if this
Mhm.
goes automated, that divide gets really, really wide. If you looked at the kid that would do well in that education environment and the kid that wouldn't, at some point in time, would the government just not care about those kids that aren't doing well and just say, whatever, and move on and just keep going with it?
Well, I mean, you can say that about the kids that are doing well now with the whole "No Child Get Left Behind,"
Right.
and the effect that we have on that right now, where it's you have kids that should be learning at a certain pace, but they're kind of held back because of all the kids that should possibly be in a separate class. But with the "No Child Kid Left Behind," you have to be more inclusive with kids. So now you have. A general education class that has 36 kids and 19 or 20 of them are IEP kids, so special needs kids or special ed kids. And that kind of takes away where you have to differentiate the lessons and break it down, and it kind of takes away from the overall. So either way it goes, when you see it, it
Yeah, but
affects
I think
those
I
kids
think
that could be on their
I
own.
think it'll be exponentially worse. Once technology gets more involved, that part will get exponentially worse because if there's less people involved, I think the fallout will be even bigger than it is now. Because
Possibly, yeah.
the gap's gonna, and that's why gaps widen. When
Hmm.
in between populations and haves and have-nots, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
this got really serious, guys. We're like almost an hour in.
Yeah.
We didn't even do like
Jeez,
we
yeah,
didn't do
it's so
like
heavy.
we did like fun things for like the hour. You know?
How about the
Yeah.
Bears moving out of Chicago and
Well,
into the
they wanted too much. I think they're asking way too much to do what they wanted to do at Soldier Field, and they wanted too much from the city. Like to
you
mention,
can't
Are
be
they
all that
actually
close
moving?
to. Huh?
Are they actually moving?
I mean, that's kind of what they're saying. Like,
yeah. So there's a racetrack out in Arlington that got bought out. That's where if they were to build a stadium, that's where they could build a stadium outside of the city. And having been to Soldier Field for a couple games, it is actually really cool to have the stadium right in downtown like that. And there,
it's
and
right.
there,
Yeah.
and there were so many ways to get there via shuttle buses from bars. It's Chicago, right? Like they figured it out. There's
Yeah.
trains and stuff. It really wasn't hard to get to the game. Now, if you go and do something like put it out in Arlington, where it's a suburb outside of Chicago. I think it's about half an hour out or so. It's on your way to Milwaukee. There's an Asian grocery store actually out there. But then now you got to deal with traffic. You can drive.
Yeah, you gotta get out of.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a train. There is a train because there's a train to ride in from Milwaukee to Chicago every day for a
Just
work
don't
day.
do what Atlanta did. Just don't do what Atlanta did. Bad shape. We should have never knocked down that church.
Yep.
We should have never knocked down that church because we haven't been the same since.
Bocce, man.
We were like, you know what? We're gonna build the bins right here where the church is. We're gonna knock this down. We're gonna build the bins there. Then we're gonna knock down the Georgia Dome. Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. It is a beautiful stadium, though.
It is. It's really
I
nice.
mean,
It
I
is.
got to go to the second game ever The
Yeah.
first weekend ever played in that stadium. So I got to walk around that place.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
It is. We did the little tour when we went. It's a nice stadium.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mm, Not
They just
gonna
need a
lie.
quarterback.
You know, we do.
You just need a
We
quarterback.
we need we need a quarterback with some healthy knees. So yeah,
Even if Penix had healthy knees, he wasn't the guy.
I'm not gonna lie. I was never a Penix fan, and I was upset that we got him
Yeah.
because ever since I saw him at Washington and
Yes.
he would put his head inside that
Yes.
box, I would get
I
upset.
was saying that from day one with that guy. It's like, how are you going to let a guy like that lead your
Yeah.
team when in the most critical part of the game, he goes and puts his head in a box?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't get it. But he came out, he did his thing, cool, whatever. But at the same time, when you actually look at it, what he did versus what old Kurt did, it's not that much of a
It's
difference.
not. There wasn't any difference really when it's all said and done, you know?
So yeah, so that was a wash in itself. So but you know, we'll see what we end up doing. They're saying that he should be healthy and ready by the start of the season, but I guarantee you he's not going to be able to get under center, or he's not going to be comfortable to get under center. So at that point, what's the sense of having him? You know what I mean? Because if you look at all of Bijan Robinson's runs, all the good ones came from when the quarterback was under center.
Yep.
So I mean, you kind of hurt yourself.
Yep.
So, and then on top of that, when you're sitting there in the pistol, it is the worst for the offensive line because now the angles and everything like that is completely different. So,
Yep.
yeah, I don't get it. I don't
Yep.
get it,
Yep.
and I don't get why we hired the coach that we got. I'm not saying that he's a bad coach, but I mean, yeah, whatever.
I mean, the guy,
Especially after that whole,
yeah, I mean, the guy was a 2-time coach of the year, though.
I get it.
So
I get it,
it's
but
not like
I
he's
mean,
some inexperienced bum off the street. He got dealt a pretty bad hand in Cleveland. That's a pretty bad hand in Cleveland he was dealt. He got force fed a quarterback situation that who was going to win with that quarterback situation?
well, I mean, look at our quarterback situation
Yeah,
now.
right. But when Deshaun Watson got put in there, right, when it got force fed to him, like Deshaun Watson
Yeah.
was washed when he got there.
Man, he has created I think he should go to jail because of that. The amount of money he got for not playing is wild.
It's crazy. 200
Wow.
plus million
Him
dollars.
him and Ben Simmons, I tell you.
Yep.
They
Yep.
genius.
Yep. Great.
Genius.
But it's like Kirk Cousins' agents. Greatest agents ever.
Yeah.
Greatest agents ever.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Yep.
So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, our defense was good. We were decent. We need a better secondary. Our quarterback, we need to address that. We're about to lose Tyler Algier, so we're not going to be able to re-sign him. We're gonna lose Kyle Pitts too, which is
That's
fine.
okay.
Yeah. So
But
I have a feeling they're going to do something stupid and try and keep Kyle Pitts, but
James,
it is what it is.
James Pierce, though, what's going to happen with him?
Oh my God,
What's going to happen to him?
he gonna go to
He's
jail.
going to jail. He's going to jail.
I mean, I truly think they're gonna try and get him. I think they're gonna drop the assault against the police officer. I think that one they're gonna maybe, but at the same time, I would see them not dropping that one, and that one has a mandatory sentence too. So yeah, he's and either way it goes,
He's not good.
he's going to be put on the NFL
Suspended
exemption
anyway.
list
Yeah,
anyway.
suspended
Yeah,
anyway.
so
Yeah.
it doesn't like for this next season. It doesn't matter. So
Yeah.
he's done for the season for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe even longer.
It's so funny to think that we went through a whole football season without like recording a podcast. So Royce, so Royce couldn't like take a victory lap with his Chicago Bears. Finally,
because we didn't want to hear
successful.
we didn't want to hear that.
Forget that.
We didn't want to hear that.
Yeah,
That was amazing. That was amazing for me, to be honest.
We didn't want to hear about no dude with his fingernails painted,
his pink fingernails.
I
showing up to the game in a dress.
I really
That
thought we
didn't
had it
happen,
in
but
the
that's
bag after he threw that 30-yard run 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage and throw it up in the air and score the touchdown.
now Royce. Let's be
Let's be
honest.
real about that
Had
play.
he got tackled back there, what have all the Bears have said?
I mean, I would have said like
Exactly.
said.
He's trash. He's trash.
I don't think I would have said he's trash. I think I would have said, "Oh, that's just Chicago."
No, that's just Chicago, but that is also what Caleb was putting out there a lot, right? Like, because, he had to learn, he still probably does have to learn, but it was kind of cool to see him grow during the season, though. You saw
I give him that.
You saw less of the petulant kind of behavior and body language. You saw less of it.
Yeah.
You saw him start to think about which plays he can extend and which ones he cannot. Like no matter how many people were telling him you can't do what you did in college, he would try to make it happen. And he kept screwing up. So he did show a lot of growth, and it looked like the players were taking to him, as the season went on. Which is and winning does cure everything for sure.
Yeah.
But they were winning games like crazy ways, but they were winning the games.
Mm-hmm. I would say he did. I think he did grow.
Yeah.
I truly think he did. He did grow, and he was good. I just don't like him.
Yeah, just there's something about it that's not working.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's not our quarterback.
I didn't like him when he was at Oklahoma. I didn't like him when he was at USC. I'm just not a fan of his. I'm not a Caleb believer. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's just a little bit of a strange guy.
Well, I mean, he still misses he misses the throws, the easy throws, and as a quarterback, you got to hit those, and especially in the NFL, you got to hit the easy stuff because you just put yourself in bad situations because you're not hitting those.
Yeah. So, but he's a gamer. I give him that. He is a gamer. So,
just like my quarterback in New York, who who knows if he makes it through any season. He probably gets hurt.
Who's that?
He probably gets hurt every season. Jackson Dart gets hurt every season. Guarantee watch. He'll be hurt. He'll be hurt. He'll be hurt by week 10 of every single season. Kid's a gamer. Tries to do too much and do all that stuff. Yeah. But he'll get hurt every year.
I agree.
Guaranteed.
That's why I bet That's why I bet on him in college, though.
Yes. We bet the over. We bet the over at Ole Miss a ton because it was either going to be a pick six or he was going to score.
I know who he is. Yeah,
or he was going to score a meaningless touchdown. One or the other.
Yeah, I do like Scataboom.
If he ever makes it through a season, he probably gets hurt every year too.
It's crazy, like how people would always like when he ran the ball, even here, but especially when he was in the NFL. When he runs the ball, they always say Peyton Hillis or Michael Allstott.
Because he white.
Yeah.
Because he
but
white.
I truly think he reminds me more of a Derrick Henry, to be completely honest, where he just runs it and he's physical and he bounces off of you and he's going to just run you over. Just shut the fuck up.
Just a much smaller Derrick Henry.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. He's pretty tiny.
I would say there's a part of his game too that this is what you thought you would have seen from a guy like Lendell White at some point in time back in the day.
Oh yeah.
He is what you thought Lendell White was going to become.
Yeah.
And he just never did.
Yeah. Was Lendell White he wasn't?
He was black. He was black. What are you talking about? No, he
was.
But he did.
He was thick.
He was thick, but he was a little. When he got to the NFL,
he was short.
You're short, yeah.
Yeah. So he did a lot of goal line stuff for the Titans. I think he had a year, and you can check this. I'm going to go in my head. But I think he scored like 14 touchdowns one year.
Yeah, I think he did pretty decent, right?
He had one year where he just kept punching in the 1-yard touchdowns. But he never really had like great years. Overall stats-wise anyway.
I think he did Bush, though, too, right? I mean, he had some...
Well, but
Reggie
Reggie
had
Bush...
decent years when he was...
Combined yardage, Reggie Bush had some pretty good years. Yeah. And he won a Super Bowl, so,
Yeah. He
wasn't
the running back that they thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, he got hurt, too.
He got hurt, yeah. And he went to a team where he wasn't going to be that, until Sean Payton came to town.
He did take one of the most meanest hits I think I've seen all time.
Oh yeah, that was a setup.
Yeah,
wasn't that his rookie year too?
Was that his rookie year?
I think that was his rookie year on a screen.
Yeah, he got hung up dry, man.
He got blown
Yeah.
up. Cause
Oh.
because he got drafted before Sean Payton was there, right?
I don't remember.
Because like Sean Payton's
I don't know.
Saints, they were never in the top 3 draft pick wise. Like, they were always too good to be in the top 1 to 3, I would think.
I'm finding out right now.
Because I think the coach before Payton was the defensive coordinator guy, right? That was like the Redskins. What the heck was that guy's name?
It was Sean Payton.
Was his first year?
I think so.
Yeah, it might have been Payton's first year.
2006.
Yeah, so he was. So Jim Haslett, I think, was the coach before Sean Payton, and then they were so bad. So Payton had like the first or second pick in the draft his first year.
Yeah. They still suck, so it's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. All the Saints, they are horrible. They are the worst NFL team ever.
But they did win a Super Bowl.
Ever.
They did win a Super Bowl.
Hey,
I mean,
we're not talking about
did
that. It was a fluke.
Did the Falcons win a Super Bowl? I think they lost 2. They have 2.
Hey, so
They lost 2, right? That's what I just remember.
Hey,
Like Dirty Bird dancing, but they still didn't win, and I don't know, just stuff like that. 28-3, something like that. I don't know.
Hey, sometimes you gotta wait for the good things, okay? You gotta wait for the good
Hey,
things. Okay?
Matty Ice is back in the building. Maybe things get better.
No, I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer at all. I'm not. I am not a believer. You want to know who I wanted as our head coach? You're probably gonna think I'm crazy, but I really wanted Mike McDaniels.
Yeah, you want
I really wanted him.
but you want him to be your OC. You don't want him to be your head
No.
coach.
No, I want him to be our head coach.
I don't know.
And I want him to call the plays.
You want him to get Penix a concussion?
Yeah.
Huh?
You want to get
Eh.
You know, if he did come over, you know who would be quarterback after that? Tua Tagovailoa.
No, not at all. I don't even. You know what? I think Mike McDaniels was just like, well, I'm stuck with this dude, so I'm going to do the best that I can with this guy.
I mean, to be
Tua's not bad.
that's
No, he's not bad at all.
Look, to be
He's not bad.
like, I mean, you watch it, it wasn't bad. It was just it
No.
wasn't a good team though. It was a team with talent, but it wasn't a good team.
Losing
Yeah.
Tyreek hurt, I think. Losing a guy that
Oh, yeah.
should hurt. But also,
Yeah.
I think he's just got too many concussions now. Like,
No, yeah, he's just punch
Yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
He's punch drunk already.
Yeah.
But good for him for making
Yeah.
the money. Good for him for having, I think, $200 million still coming to him. It's awesome to see a kid from Hawaii do it and get there and do all the things he did. And then like his dad coaches a lot of the quarterbacks here when they're kids. Like UH's quarterback was coached by the dad, in off seasons and stuff. So it's been a great effect, Jeff, for everyone.
If he had better blocking,
yeah, yeah.
his career would be
Better blocking.
different.
A better run game.
Yep.
Like the year that they had a good run game is the year he had a really good year.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
I mean, the running game's the quarterback's best friend, right? Like, you have
Yeah.
a good running game, the quarterback can play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a tough situation for him there for sure. So
Yeah, I mean, it's Miami. Miami couldn't do it with Dan Marino. Let's put it that way. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't do it with one of the greatest of all time.
yeah.
Yep. And Mark
So-
Super Duper.
The Mark brothers, Mark Clayton, Mark Duper.
Mark Clayton, yeah.
Like, people got to bring that face mask back. People got to bring back Mark Duper's face mask and Joe Washington's face mask. Like that long freaking 2-bar face mask that's thin like that. People got to start playing with that face mask again.
I think they realize that it's probably not effective.
Well, because it doesn't cover enough of your face. Like, maybe.
So since we're talking about the NFL, who's winning the Super Bowl next year?
Ooh.
You can't think of the draft or anything like that. We're going just based off of your feeling right now.
Las Vegas.
If the Rams can stay together as a team, they're tough to beat. I just worry about them imploding a little bit because I almost wonder at some point in time if the players get tired of Sean McVay. I think he
I'm sure.
I think the way he just kind of goes about what he does. I think he wears at the players after a while. And I think the players always remember Jared Goff and just how easy it was to move off of his Super Bowl quarterback. not Super Bowl winning, but
Yeah.
got to Super Bowl and boom, got off of him, got the monkey off his back because he won Super Bowl right away. But like players don't forget that, like
Yeah.
loyalty stuff. You're like, yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah.
they have if Devontae Adams comes back and he stays healthy, like that team's dangerous pretty fast, like right away. They have 2 guys at running back. That defense is young. That defensive line is really good.
The defense is really good.
They can do they can do what the Seahawks did. They can get pressure with 4 guys without running a blitz. They have all these things in place.
That's how you win.
I mean, that's how the Seahawks won.
Yeah, that's how you win, man.
They're good on both sides of the ball on the line, and that was big part of what happened. It wasn't because of Sam Darnold. Thank God Sam Darnold didn't lose the game for them and all my bets.
Yeah.
But
he he was good enough.
I mean, Trent Dilfer was good enough.
But I think if he had kept Geno,
no,
I don't know if it ended up the same.
No.
I just want you to I want to remind you, my Falcons beat that defense.
Yeah, but the Falcons never went to the playoffs, so whatever, it doesn't matter. Insignificant.
I'm just saying.
Insignificant.
I'm just letting you know.
None of that shit matters.
I'm just letting you know that we beat the brakes off of them.
What?
They had to come back and try and get in the game.
So why do you think that happened?
Well,
it's
I think it happens
familiarity
because
with the system.
No. I think it happened because the Falcons sucked, so they didn't want to suck anymore, and they were trying to keep Raheem's job, but he got fired anyway. So that's the only reason.
It couldn't be that the Falcons staff all came from the Rams, though.
No.
Okay, got it.
No.
Even though we hear stories all the time of one team just knowing way too much information, and then they just beat them. Like, the Raiders and Buccaneers, where the Bucs were looking at Tim Brown and saying, "Hey, this is gonna be a crossing route, and we were waiting for you, and we're gonna intercept this pass."
I think it was a couple things. It was Matt Stafford was under pressure the entire game because we blitzed the entire game. And he threw some interceptions in key moments, and that's the only reason why we won.
Okay, the only reason. Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
That's what I'm going with.
Got it.
And just the same reason why I'm going with my crazy prediction right now. The Atlanta Falcons is winning the Super Bowl next year.
Oh, stop it. Just scrub.
Wait, here we
Royce,
go.
Royce, just scrub this off the thing.
No,
he just said he hates the coaching hire. He doesn't like the quarterback.
Hey.
You know what? They're going to win the Super Bowl.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh,
you didn't let me finish. The only way that my Falcons win the Super Bowl.
You got to just say they're going to win it. No qualifiers, no nothing. They're just going to win it.
Here. Well, we need a quarterback. Okay, you didn't let me finish.
Boo.
And the only way we win the Super Bowl is if we bring Stetson Bennett back home.
Wow.
Okay, first of all, predictions with caveats is not a prediction. That's just wanting to be okay being wrong. Okay? That's building in the excuse to be wrong.
That's a deep quote right there.
Yeah.
You need to highlight that.
That's fucking horseshit. Absolute horseshit. And if
I can be delusional sometimes, guys. Come on.
And if anyone ever wants to know what happens in our text thread that leads to this podcast, this is the kind of bullshit we text each other.
Okay. All right. So, my real take. You can scrub that. My real
Absolutely
take
not
is
scrubbing that.
The Falcons will come in third place in our division, right above the Saints. So that's what's going to happen next year. But I truly think it will be the Rams.
Yep.
Not gonna lie.
Hey, you want me to add to my prediction with the Rams?
What?
It's going to be an all LA Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Wow, that is bold prediction there.
Wow.
You're a guy, Mike McDaniel. You want to know which press conference I want to sit in every single time? I want to sit in a press conference with Mike McDaniel and Jim Harbaugh sitting next to each other answering questions. That is going to be like freaking hilarious every single time they're in the room.
Do you think he gives Mike McDaniels the keys to the car?
Yeah, because McDaniel wants to run the ball. Harbaugh just wants to run the ball. Harbaugh doesn't want to do anything but run the ball. Like, and so McDaniel gives him the chance to have the diversity in the running game that they need, that he was trying to get with Greg Roman. But I think it's just that defensive, just know what Greg Roman wants to do. I mean, he ran it. It was so successful for so long with the Ravens, like it's not end with the Niners, and he was trying to run back his success with the Niners. But to be fair to the Chargers, every single offensive lineman was hurt this year, and they lost both tackles. They get everybody back next year, and they got as far as they did with a patchwork offensive line, with a solid defense. Like, it's gonna be an all-LA Super Bowl. And the NFL's going to love it. Where is the Super Bowl this year anyway? I have no idea. Where is it?
I don't know.
Royce, where's the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know.
That is a good question. Is it in Vegas again?
I think it's in Vegas.
It might be in Vegas, yeah.
I love how we have all this tech, including AI, and we're like, I don't know.
Well, I'm not asking AI, dude. I'm just doing a search.
What we got? What do you got for us, Royce?
Oh, no, it's in Inglewood.
Oh, look.
Yeah, it's in California.
Oh, look at that.
How perfect would that be? LA and LA and LA.
Just bet it. Bet the script, baby. Bet the script. Bet the script. Bet the script.
One of the biggest
markets
in the world.
They say you gotta look at the colors of the logo, and that's how you can figure out who's gonna be in the Super Bowl.
So anyway, all LA Super Bowl, and the Rams would beat the Chargers, as much as I would like the Chargers to beat the Rams. Yes, sir. Get this Falcons garbage out of here with these damn predictions.
Hey, I just told you guys what my true thoughts about my Falcons. We're going to have the same record we had this year, miss the playoffs, and we're going to be the third in our division again. And that's what's going to happen.
Royce, prediction? Your Bears going to get there?
I think we're going to get there again. I think we're going to be in the top 4 of the NFC, and I think we'll make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Bears against who?
That is a good question. Bears against who?
Because are you saying the Bears are going to win? Because if you don't have an opponent, then you're saying the Bears are the winner.
I don't want to go that far. I think they'll make it to the Super Bowl. Well, yeah. Who would they play? Yeah.
Not the Chiefs.
Not the Chiefs. Chiefs are done. There's my real prediction. Chiefs are done.
That's going out on a limb, man.
That dynasty is over.
Nah, I think the Bears are going to make playoffs. I don't know about the Super Bowl though, but I think they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Who's in their division?
The division, the NFC.
Green Bay.
I think Detroit.
Vikings, and Detroit. Yep. Ooh.
Yeah. It's a pretty.
Yeah, I think Detroit's done. I think that train's done.
Yeah, I think that window's closed too. Like.
Yeah. So the only ones that you got is the Packers and the Bears out of that one, because JJ is not doing nothing.
No, I've been as long as I've been as scarred by the Green Bay Packers just owning us all the time, and Aaron Rodgers doing that stupid discount.
Discount double check.
Like I was shocked when we beat them twice this year.
Yeah,
that was like historic moment for me.
Yeah, you guys got a good shot. Ours, man, is gonna. Yeah, I want to say we have, but we don't. We don't have a chance at all. We're not making the playoffs. I would be shocked if we make the playoffs, to be completely honest. I'll be happy, but I'd be super shocked because we don't have the pieces.
Yeah, you know what?
We don't have the pieces.
I'll say Denver. If Denver can stay healthy, if they cannot lose their quarterback for the championship game, I think even this year they would have had a good chance to win it.
Denver wouldn't have beat the Seahawks. It would have been the same thing like when they played in New York.
Do you think he really hurt his ankle on that last play?
He hurt it 2 plays before. Yeah, he did. I mean, I know the vicious rumor out there that he got hurt in the locker room celebrating after, but
he definitely got hurt on the field. Yeah.
It's possible. We don't know. So what we don't know is the detail of what that fracture really was and what kind of fracture it is.
That's why I say could it have been before that game? You know what I mean? Where he just went through the whole game and
He could have aggravated an
you know,
injury for sure. I mean, there's
yeah,
a lot of stuff we're like on purpose. That what doesn't help is no details have ever come out of it, and people stop caring. At some point in time,
yeah,
like it just didn't matter. Like he had his surgery in his paw. So,
yeah.
Royce, you're saying the Broncos are winning the Super Bowl then? No ifs, ands, or buts. These
I
gotta
don't.
be. These have to be like predictions, not if they're healthy.
I do. I know. I know.
Just pick one. You're gonna say Denver, then Denver won the Super Bowl.
I want Josh Allen to win one, dude, in Buffalo, but
Ain't happening.
I think the window closed.
Yeah, that's done.
I'm not
Just like we
sure.
were talking about
I'm
with
not.
Detroit, I think the window closed.
I'm not sure firing the coach was the move for Buffalo.
Nope.
No,
I don't think that
Nope.
was the move.
That was the dumbest move ever.
And then
Yeah,
hiring Joe Brady as the head coach? Come on.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I wish him well. I hope he does well, but that didn't seem like what the organization needed.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And then he didn't even get a job right. Dermot.
I think he's being pretty picky on. I think there's a chance he just sits out like what Sean Payton did. Just sit out.
Yeah.
Just cruise it. Because he can be a high-paying
Yeah.
DC somewhere too, right? It's just whether you want to make that transition that fast. I mean, he's getting paid to do nothing now.
I knew my Falcons was screwed as soon as they said Stefanski had a meeting scheduled, and then the Falcons were like, "We're scheduling a second meeting," and I was like, "Motherfucker,
Yep.
this sucks."
But I think he'll be.
So-
I think he'll be good. It's good for you, man. I think he'll be good for an organization. They just got to get a quarterback. I mean, the guy won with freaking Case Keenum as his quarterback.
You know, our quarterback situation is wild. Oh, but I will say this. Mark my words. Mr. Robinson will have a bigger year this year than he did this past year.
Wow.
Why? Because our offensive line is going to be healthy. Finally. Mark my words.
And
Wow.
Stefanski likes to use his running backs.
It is going to be amazing.
Yep.
He's going to have a big year.
Yep.
He's going to have a big year.
Yep.
That should be your number one fan.
And especially since Tyler Algier is going to be gone. So he's going to get the ball even more. So
Good point.
Yeah. Who would they bring in to be their quarterback? Who's gonna?
I'm telling you.
Who's gonna?
I'm telling
Who's
you.
gonna sneak up in there and be their quarterback?
Stetson Bennett. I'm telling you.
Joe
I'm
Flacco.
calling it.
Garoppolo.
We're going after Bennett. Watch. He will be on our roster next year because they're going to release Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins.
Kirky's gone.
Yeah. But the funny part about it is they said they're going to release him, but they're going to leave the option open for if he wants to come back.
You have to re-sign him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Re-sign him for a lower number.
So,
Yeah.
You should go back to Minnesota.
yeah. You know, he might.
He might.
Because JJ is
might.
trash.
No, he's
J-
not. Yeah, he's
JJ.
not good right now.
So here's the thing. Ted and I were talking about this with Harbaugh, right? Harbaugh will train your quarterback for what he needs, not for the development of the quarterback. Because Harbaugh just about ball. So back in Michigan, he knew he had that defense. He knew he had that offensive line. He just needed JJ to do a few things, take care of the ball, be an athlete when he needed to be an athlete. Exactly what he was doing in Minnesota when he won the games in Minnesota. He's just underdeveloped. He has all these skills, but he's underdeveloped. He just needs time. Last year was his rookie year because he was hurt. He was hurt his rookie year.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. So you bring in a guy like Cousins in there to play 1 year. I don't know. Not a terrible idea.
No.
No.
Not. And wherever Kirk Cousins go, they are going to pay him pennies because the Falcons is still going to be paying him.
They don't need to pay him. They don't need to pay him. And he already knows the system. So he already played in the system, and he and Jefferson already have chemistry. So like whatever.
Yep. So I don't know. It should be interesting.
Yep.
It should be super interesting.
So to recap: Rams, and then Broncos from Royce.
Yep.
I guess so.
You sticking with the Broncos?
Maybe you have one too many drinkies over there.
I just thought they should have been in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, since we're all well versed on Seattle, Darnold, how's he going to do next year?
Well, it all depends on how much that OC from San Francisco changes the offense. If they put more responsibility on his hands, he gonna suck. Like you You really gotta keep it the way you did it this year, and then you need the running backs to be healthy. And if Kenneth, so they didn't franchise tag Kenneth Walker, right? So it's one of those things where Charbonnet will be back from his torn ACL, but he's going to come back right before camp. I mean, if they can keep the running game going, then he'll be okay. But if you try to somehow switch this and say, hey, we want to highlight JSN and make JSN go bigger and do more things with Arnold, all you're going to see is interceptions.
I think he's going to have a down year this year.
I mean, how can you keep going from here? Like, he's at the highest point of his career at this point. It's all downhill from here for Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna reach the peak that he did this year.
No, this was
I think he's gonna regress. Yeah,
this is the peak, which is great.
Yeah.
You won a Super Bowl. You proved everybody wrong. But Clint Kubiak definitely was a big part of that success. And they both came over from Minnesota, right? So it's one of those things where it was a perfect storm. The Raiders, I mean, they get a quarterback. They actually might be kind of fun next year.
They're gonna get Mendoza, dude.
Who's the coach now at the Raiders? I forget.
Kubiak.
I thought he. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Kubiak.
Why did I think he was going to Arizona?
No, and now they're gonna.
I don't know.
No, Arizona got LaFleur.
They're thinking they're gonna draft Mendoza, right?
That's right, LaFleur.
They got LaFleur. So I mean, okay. I mean, we're running really long and we're making Royce's life hard here, but Fernando Mendoza predictions on how good. What's his comp? What's his comp for his ceiling, and what do you think he's going to be mostly like, quarterback-wise, comparisons? So ceiling, the best he's going to be is who at their best?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield at his best is going to be what Mendoza.
Best. Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think he's, year to year, he's going to be like? Baker Mayfield still?
Johnny Manziel.
Oh, you think he's going to be that bad? Okay, so you're saying
I mean, it's a pretty broad spectrum.
Not really. Between Manziel, I mean, if Baker didn't play for the Rams, and McVay for a little while to help resurrect his career,
yeah, he might have been out. Yeah,
like Mayfield and Manziel, how different were the career arcs really gonna be?
To me, they're the same player, except Baker's not the same kind of partier guy that Manziel is.
Okay, so you got Baker and Manziel for Mendoza. What do you got there, Bubble?
What's his face? Bradford.
Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford?
Yeah.
Sam Bradford's his high or his low?
His high.
His high. So Sam Bradford with the Vikings was his high, right? Sam Bradford was his best with the Vikings that 1 year? Yeah.
1 year.
1 year, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And his worst?
Sam Bradford.
With the Ram. Sam Bradford with the Ram.
The Rams.
Yeah. Sam Bradford with the Rams, for sure. Yeah? Bradford with the Rams. Bradford with the Vikings.
Yep.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that one.
Yep.
I like that one. I think at his best, he's Kirk Cousins.
He's what?
No,
best.
I don't think.
Right.
I don't think he's gonna last as long as Kirk Cousins.
I didn't say that. I said at his
okay.
best, he's Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At his worst, David Carr with the Texans just could not get going.
Kirk Cousins, huh?
At his best.
Yeah.
I don't.
At his best. Remember, so Mendoza's a pocket quarterback. If you let him drop back and throw, look, can Mendoza do what Darnold did this year in Kubiak's offense?
But he can run a little bit too, though, right? Like
not NFL run.
Yeah,
not NFL run. He can run in college. He can't run in NFL.
Oh, he's going to run in the NFL.
He's gonna get
lit up. He is gonna get lit up.
And he's gonna come out like this. He's gonna do this when he gets up.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Mendoza was a perfect storm at Indiana.
It's the right fit.
I think so too.
It was just the right fit for the right team.
Storm for him.
Although he was really good at Cal the year before, he did play really well at Cal the year before. So he has measurables. He's tall. This and that. All the stuff NFL people like.
He's not that tall, is he?
He's like 6'3".
Yeah, he's like 6'3", 6'4".
No, he has the.
I think
he has the measurables.
It's like in college, like when he talks to his teammates.
Ugh.
You know, so when he goes to the
to the NFL, that's not gonna work.
When he goes to the NFL, it's just not.
That's Tim Tebow stuff.
Hey,
yeah,
that's Tim Tebow stuff.
No. Russell Wilson stuff.
Oh, wait, don't get me started.
That is Russell Wilson stuff.
Don't get me started.
So yeah. So it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't know if the NFL level boys or guys would actually like jump on that ship and be like, yeah, that you.
Not with the Raiders,
I don't know.
but it is so the Raiders to bring in a guy like Mendoza.
Yeah.
It is a very Raiders move because it's counterculture. Yeah, it's counterculture.
I'm calling it.
He's like the
I'm calling it.
He's a squeaky clean guy that's going to be a Raiders quarterback.
Changing my answer.
Okay,
Changing my answer.
what you got?
Just because it's the Raiders.
Yeah.
Jamarcus Russell.
Whoa!
Oh,
No, that's historically bad. There is no hope in dope bad.
that is bad.
That
I'm going with it. I'm giving him 1 year because the Raiders, you already know they're going to throw him in there this year.
I really like your Sam Bradford call though. Like Sam Bradford.
Well, I think he's mostly like him.
I really
but,
like the Sam Bradford thing.
But I truly think he's going to bomb in 1 year. I truly think because
yes.
the Raiders they're going to throw him in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, but I do see him as the Sam Bradford, but just because it's the Raiders, man, that is a potential to be a bust.
Yeah,
that
he's
is a
in trouble.
potential to be a
But
bust.
could you imagine the media around Mendoza with the Raiders if they're good? Like,
Oh yeah,
because again, it's the counterculture thing, man. It's like it's the Raiders and then there's Mendoza.
yeah, and then it's the politician because he's going to be a politician after football.
Guarantee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all his interviews, it just drives me bonkers. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyways, so in other words, the Raiders will be looking for another quarterback after this year, and I think we're all in consensus.
Yeah.
We're all in consensus with that.
Yeah. Oh man,
All right.
Royce, what new shoes did you
Yeah,
get?
what you got, Royce?
Yeah, the last thing I got was the oh dude, what was it? The Nike 4s, the green ones I was showing you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't even think of the name now. Undefeated.
Yep.
That was the last thing I
The
got.
Fords.
My buddy just sent me a pic yesterday. He just got the Fragment Unions.
Oh, okay.
And I
The
was
blue
pissed,
ones.
dude, because I told him about like I mean, I don't know how to, like, you have to get in a raffle or whatever, but I've been telling him
Yeah.
about all these drops that I've been doing, and dude, he didn't tell me, man.
Yeah. Well, whenever you see something that you like, just let me know because a lot of the stuff I haven't been going after, but I'll go after for you.
Yeah, no.
So that you have.
Whenever I see something cool, I let you know usually.
Yeah.
But
So I'll go
I've been
in
trying not
and
to
try
buy-
it for you.
I've been trying not to buy shoes. To be honest.
Me too. The only shoe that I went after and I didn't get, well, because I forgot, was the. You guys are getting a kick out of this. Was the Chinese New Year's, the
Oh, yeah.
Jordan 1 Low Chinese New Year's. I wanted those, and I was at work grading papers, and I lost track of time, and then I looked down at my phone, and it was like 8:08, and I went in, and it was already sold out. So yeah. But
Hey, so
yeah.
Kanye's right there. It's cool to wear Yeezys again now that he apologized for everything.
No.
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 Dude,
No.
dude, damn, dude.
No.
What am I gonna do with all my shoes?
No. I mean, there's people that still rock them, but I mean,
Honestly, I have
Sure.
seen zero people.
I've seen multiple people wear theirs here, but it's more like they wear them at work rather than wearing them out like as like clothing. They just wear it at work. So yeah, but
I wish
you don't
I-
see too many people rocking it.
Yeah, no, I wish I had sold them before.
Yeah, that's how I feel about some of my dunks right now because now I'm more into comfort. So it's
Yeah.
like I hardly wear any of my dunks. So
Yeah,
because they're just not as comfortable. And then there's dunks that I've never worn and I don't think I'm ever gonna wear. But like now you can just sell them for like $80. So it's like
yeah.
I don't know.
You know what you
It is
could
what
do
it
is
is.
just take the insole out and just replace it with like one of those gel insoles or whatever. Like the problem is that it makes it such a tight fit.
Yep.
It can make it worse. So just depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's end this real quick. Final thoughts before we talk to people again 2 years from now. Bumble, final thoughts?
My final thought is we need to do this more often because it's fun. There's still a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't touch on that we could have touched on. So we have like a lot of content that we can create. So it's always good when I get to sit down and just hang out with you guys, since we're not physically in the same place, but it's fun.
Aw,
Yeah. It's here.
Royce?
Yeah, no, I think we need to do this more often, and I'm going to try to make sure that I can use AI to edit these things so that I don't have to listen to this for like 4 hours tomorrow when I'm editing it. But maybe I will because I don't trust AI yet either. So
Yeah.
especially to remove the questionable parts.
I mean, there's nothing questionable.
Mm,
So,
mm. It's 151 right there. 151.
that's all.
So just remember 120 and 151 for sure.
I mean, that was my final thought. So with that, thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back soon, I'm sure. I think, maybe.
Maybe.
See you later.
2027.
It's gonna be a good year, that 2027.